Yes, so very good morning, everyone present here. So we are just starting this inaugural ceremony. So on the behalf of IIIT Kota, we welcome you all in the inaugural ceremony of 1 week AICTE Atal sponsored online faculty development program on advanced optical access network and its role in smart cities. Today for this inaugural ceremony, we have with us Professor Raghunath K. Sevgaonkar, VC Bennett University and former director IIT Delhi as chief guest, and Sri Chandrasekhar Sharma, 1994 batch ITS officer, senior general manager BSNL. We also have our coordinator sir, Professor Ashok Kumar Vyas sir, my faculty colleagues and staff members, and our director sir, Professor Uday Kumar Yaragatti sir could not attend this meeting due to some important meetings. So in this FDP, we have various eminent experts from prestigious institutions, including Professor Vijay Janyani, Head EC Department, MNIT Jaipur, Professor Anand Srivastav, IIIT Delhi, Professor Shailendra Kumar Varsane, IIT Kharagpur, Professor Massimo Torrentore, University of Milano, Italy, Dr. Vinita Tiwari, IIIT Kota, Sri Narhari Das, Life Skill Coach, Achha Patra Foundation, Jaipur, Mr. Amandeep Singh, Product Manager, SARC, Unisys. We have with us PG, PhD scholars and faculty members as participants from various states of the country. So as of now, 144 participants had registered for this FDP. So due to this pandemic situation, this FDP is going in online mode. To follow the tradition now, I request our coordinators and other faculty members to light the lamp.
आइए आप लोग
So before I invite our coordinator, sir, Professor Ashok Kumar Vyas for his welcome address, let me introduce him briefly. So Professor Vyas sir is the professor at Civil Engineering Department at MNIT Jaipur and with the additional responsibility as coordinator IIIT Kota from January 2020. With his motivation and inspiration, IIIT Kota is gaining new heights, exposures, and opportunities in terms of teaching and research under his able guidance. He has been extremely supportive to the students, staff, faculty members of IIIT Kota. So now I request our coordinator, sir, for his welcome address and say a few words about this FDP and IIIT Kota.
Thank you, Amit. Honorable our chief guest, Professor R.K. Sevgaonkar Sahab, guest of honor, Shri Chandrasekhar Sharma ji from Senior GM in BSNL, Professor Anand Srivastav ji from IIT Delhi, Professor Shailesh ji from Kharagpur, Professor Massimo Toronto, and my faculty colleagues in IIIT Kota, and dear participants. Really, it gives me great pleasure to be here in the FDP, which is on the topic of advanced optical access network and its role in smart cities. Now, as we know that government is emphasizing all the cities to be a smart city, Government of India has allocated a lot of funds to different states to identify the cities and provide the facilities which make the cities quite smart. Very few examples. We already know that in smart cities we have been seeing that smart street lights, smart parking, smart traffic lights. These are very common features now being observed in many of the cities all across the country. See, this is not enough. We are going to be much more automized in the daytime. It makes our life easy and easy. Without any efforts, we are going to get the best possible facilities in the city. Most of the things, most of the very practical examples we are going to see here, that we are holding this kind of events like faculty development programs of workshops for the benefit of faculty members and students is through virtual platforms. This is also a means of smart techniques, making smart institutions. I remember we had conducted one FDP on IoT, that is Internet of Things in agriculture field. Just a few weeks back only we completed that. And I'm very happy to see that we got a overwhelming response all over the country. I remember that we had a limited 200 seats in the program and we got more than 250 applicants. Of course, we could manage maximum of them as much as possible. See, the topic what we chose was on the agriculture field, just to make smart farming. That gives much more relevance to the country of India, our India, which is agriculture based. We have the agriculture based economy, and we would always like to have to bring up the living good of our people staying in the rural areas, especially those who are having the livelihood on the agriculture base only. So many things came out here, and I remember that we had also taken the feedback from the participants, and they told that this was a very fruitful program, and many new things came out during the discussions, and they came across what all things can be implemented in the area of their region. So we suggested them, why don't you just collect what you have obtained or how you are enriched in the knowledge, and transfer this knowledge to your surrounding community, all the people who are engaged in the agriculture community, and just interact with them and help them to go for the smart farming. Of course, there was some issues related to some funds and all that, but government is keen to provide them loans and all those things once the people are ready to adopt the smart farming. So this was one of the very good experience we had about 2 months back when we completed this program, and feedback was also very much encouraging. So based on this is smart cities also, in which we are now very much comfortable in arranging this kind of events. Of course, we are very much thankful to all the experts who are taking their time in coming over here, sparing their time and delivering their valuable inputs to the program here. Again, when we come to the Institute IIIT Kota, this IIIT Kota is a very young institute here, established in 2014, and I know that we don't have adequate infrastructure. Of course, it's coming up in the Kota. Right now, we are stationed in Jaipur, in MNIT Jaipur. MNIT is our mentor institute, and this mentor institute has provided us the space for the office and lecture halls. All the infrastructures are using from the NIT Jaipur. Not only the infrastructure, classrooms, laboratory equipments, but we are also Our students have also been provided with hostel facilities, sports facility, and all other facilities which are available here. So this is the resources sharing and a very good example here. Another thing is that we have our bright faculty in the institute. Our faculty members are very much engaged in the teaching and research activities. Of course, we also take support from the Mentor Institute for inviting the experts, that is associate professor and professors in completing the curriculum. And I'm happy to see that they are actively coming and delivering the lectures and helping our students to do some project work and research activities. And one more thing I would like to tell you that in our IIIT quota was among the very few institutes which completed all these online examinations for the final years well in time. And I'm also happy to see that all those have been well absorbed and there was no deferment of the offers which they got in the appointments by the MNCs or companies, and they are very well placed. Another thing is that our faculty members were also quite active in the COVID lockdown period when there was no activity going on in the institute campus, but they were busy writing the research projects and updating the curriculum, all these activities. They took it in the COVID time, and after that, we could update our curriculum by arranging a workshop just a few weeks back only. And now I can see that we are also having a series of the events which we could organize on the e-platform, that is in the virtual platform. This is about IoT in this thing agriculture. Then this is on the role of smart cities. We had also organized some of the webinars for our students regarding how to keep the mental health good in this time, and also we keep interacting with our students through these virtual platforms. Our institute is also very well engaged in imparting some support to some academic institutions all through the state. We have also organized. We have done the MOU with Commissioner College Education regarding how to keep the students busy in this COVID time when there were no classes at all, there were no campus activities at all. So they were provided training. This is not a training, we can say this was a kind of interaction program with all the faculty of the colleges which are there in the state of Rajasthan and very well connected to Commissioner Education, the College Education. They were provided, that they were introduced with various virtual platforms through which through these faculty members could impart the education to the students who are sitting at home. And this was also found very much interesting. We got a very good feedback from those people. And right now our faculty members are also engaged in developing some of the MOOC courses. Fortunately, we also got some support, financial support from one of the NGOs, and of course we started getting it. Our faculty is busy developing those courses in addition to regular teaching and research activities, and hopefully we will be utilizing this time very much. And after say 1 or 2 months, probably whenever the situation becomes normal, we shall be able to invite our students to the campus, and that is how first. Now another thing is this about the campus activities. Now again, I would like to thank my experts, my team members who have invited the experts and who have agreed to come and deliver their valuable inputs to other participants. So thank you all, and I wish that the participants who are there in this program would be very much benefited with the inputs given by the different experts in this program. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable and kind words. So today's guest of honor, Sri Chandrasekhar Sharma, is an officer of Indian Telecom Service of 94 batch. He has the wide experience of working in telecom sector at various positions in different parts of the country. Presently, he is working as Senior General Manager in Bharat Broadband Network Limited, a Government of India enterprise. He is handling prestigious BharatNet project of Government of India under Digital India in South Rajasthan. The BharatNet project provides the state-of-the-art, high-speed broadband optical fiber connectivity to the Gram Panchayats to bridge the gap of digital divide. During his career, he has worked in BSNL as Deputy General Manager, and Director in Department of Telecom at National Telecommunication Institute for Policy Research, Innovation and Training. His core interest areas are new telecom trends and technologies. So now I invite Sri Chandrasekhar Sharma ji to say a few words about the event.
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Namaskar, respected Professor Shri R.K. Shivgaonkar, Vice Chancellor of Bennett University and the chief guest of this program. Professor Uday Kumar Saab, of course, he is not available right now, and IIIT faculty members, learned speakers, and the enthusiastic participants. I got one call from Amit ji regarding the conduction of this program, this faculty development program, especially on the subject of advanced optical access network and its role in smart cities. Actually, when he talked me, then it has reminded me my days. A couple of years I was working in advanced level telecom training center at Ghaziabad. In short, they call it ALT Center. Those who are familiar with this. And this institute basically is a training center, is providing telecom training to the telecom officials and stakeholders in the telecom industry. Later on, I worked in the National Telecom Institute, that is the training center of Department of Telecom. So where there, we were also conducting such kind of faculty development programs, and they have been very useful for in disseminating the information and latest technological trends in various sectors, especially in the telecom. Now, when we talk about this optical access network, advanced optical access network, I have seen this program which we have prepared for the conduction of this 1 week program. I have seen that these topics are very relevant and very important topics. And all the participants, those who are joining across India from different institutions and universities, they are definitely going to benefit it. In making smart cities, basically it is the technology which is the game changer. Without help of technology, we cannot make the smart cities. And in Bharat Broadband Network Limited, we are connecting the villages. Means we are making one step forward in making even our villages smart villages like that. So because it all the Gram Panchayats, and it is the dream project of Honorable Prime Minister to connect all the Gram Panchayats and the villages of the country with high-speed broadband connectivity. So if we connect all the villages through high-speed broadband connectivity, especially through this optical fiber, and presently we are using advanced GPON technologies for the villages. So they are getting the speeds more than even 10 Mbps at present. And in future, it will go up to 1 GB. The future plan is that. So if we use high-speed broadband connectivity and with the help of IoT, we can make everything, whether it is village or the cities, smart enough. Every action, every service delivery which is being given to the citizen of the country, it can be made efficient. And this is basic objective of our technology, that to make the life of the citizens easier and improving the quality of life. So I hope that this faculty development program, at the end of the day, the requirement is that this technology which you will learn, and then you will impart it to the students of your institutions, and finally when they will work for the industry, for the society, so ultimately the benefit of the technology, it will reach to the society, and that will be the win-win situation. And that is, I think, prime objective of all our efforts when we are working in the technological fields or in the technical institution, to provide technological informations. Finally, it can be utilized for the purpose of making the life easier and improving the quality of life. So I wish all the best and successful program conduction of this 1 week faculty development program. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. Actually, I am having some this unavoidable circumstances, so I am on move. So basically, I am traveling right now, but just I am attending this program. So technology will permit me, and it will not create any problem to me. I will. I'm attending this program, giving me an opportunity. I once again thank you, all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our invitation as guest of honor and sharing your valuable thoughts. So today's chief guest, Professor Raghunath K. Sevgaonkar, does not need an introduction. He is well-known personality in the field of optical communication and networks. Professor Sevgaonkar is an eminent academician who has been in the forefront of leading excellence in higher technical education in India. An alumnus of IIT Kanpur and Mumbai, Professor Sevgaonkar was previously worked as Vice Chancellor of University of Pune and Director of IIT Delhi. He played a key role in commissioning one of the world's largest decameter wave telescope at Indian Institute of Astrophysics and Raman Research Institute, Bangalore. He has also established a research laboratory for optical communication and founded Center for Distance Engineering Education at IIT Bombay. So now I invite Professor Raghunath K. Sevgaonkar, sir, to say a few words about the FDP.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you, Amit, for a very generous introduction. Professor Ashok Kumar Vyas, the coordinator of IIIT Kota and Jaipur campus. The guest of honor, Sri Chandrasekhar Sharma ji, who just addressed short while ago. And my many colleagues and friends, like Anand Srivastav is here, Vijay Janiani is here, Vashne from IIT Kharagpur is here, and many other distinguished faculty from IIIT Kota and all the participants. First of all, thank you very much for this opportunity to talk to you on this FDP, which is a very timely arranged FDP, the Advanced Optical Access Networks, and its role in smart cities. First of all, I would like to congratulate not only IIIT but even AICTE for creating this platform, the Optical platform, for offering this kind of courses, which is a important need of nation, because the FDPs are very, very important for training faculty. In fact, if you really look at the new education policy which has come, the NEP 2020, one of the thrusts which has put in is the faculty development program in that. And it is very, very important, because unless the faculty is really up to the mark, the state of art, the next generations are not going to become the state of art. So these regular programs and the way technology is changing very rapidly, any faculty or anybody for that matter, even professionals, cannot be up to the mark unless they keep updating themselves. So many of our technologies, if you look at the lifetime of a technology, is sometimes even 5 years or even 4 years or something like that. What that means is that whatever knowledge somebody has gained from his schooling, it becomes obsolete within a very short time. And unless these kind of updating programs people attend, they do not know what are the current technologies which are prevailing, right, in the society and in the market. So it is very, very important that faculty should attend the FDPs, and IIIT Kota is taking the initiative of organizing this very important topic. So congratulations to IIIT Kota. Now it is becoming very clear that with time, the whole society is going to be technology dominated. And the clear example is that after COVID-19, in fact, we are talking and to each other at ease. That is all because of technology. Imagine if the technology was not there and if the COVID-19 had come. Your life would have become really standstill. You would be completely cut off from the society, you will be cut off from the world, and literally you will go mad. But what this technology has done is actually it still remain kept you connected. In fact, most of the activities almost remain undisrupted. All the office works are going from home. all the education institutions are working seamlessly. Many other functions are also going seamlessly. So technology is playing a very, very important role. And among technology also, the information and communication technology is the one which is going to remain the backbone of the future, because this connectivity which this technology has offered, I think, which has made many things play. This information and communication technology is very, very important technology. And the backbone of this communication and information technology is optical fiber. So optical fiber came in mid 60s, to be precise, 1966. And when I was a student in IIT Kanpur, that was mid 70s, the optical fiber was at a very, very nascent stage. I still remember those days that I was working on theoretical analysis of optical fibers. But a project like measuring a numerical aperture of a single mode or multi-mode optical fiber would become a project. That's the kind of thing I have seen the optical communication started with. Coming from there, today where we stand in optical communication is really phenomenal. And in fact, the inventor of optical fiber, Cow, when he invented the optical fiber, maybe the importance or the magnitude which or impact it will create on the society was probably never felt. So you might be knowing that Cow got a Nobel Prize for optical fibers in 2008, which is almost 40 years later than the fibers were invented. And the reason for that was that the importance or the strength which the optical fiber had was not appreciated. It looked like, okay, you got one more cable which has a little more bandwidth, little less loss. But unless the internet came and all these applications which we are talking about today, unless they became important, the importance of optical fiber was not realized. You can imagine if the bandwidth which the optical fiber offers was not available, then none of the applications which we are talking about would be possible. The internet also, the transmission of videos and all those things which we talk about certainly will not be possible. So that realization that this backbone which we have got, or the medium which we have got, can really transform the society totally. That took 40 years, and that's why Cow got a Nobel Prize in 2008 after this realization came, though the optical fiber was there in existence for a long time, 30, 40 years. Now coming to the optical fiber, and for that matter, any communication, if you look at, it requires only two things. One, it requires bandwidth, and second thing, it requires the signal to noise ratio. If you go by the Shannon's the formula, you will see the bandwidth and signal to noise ratio. These are the only two parameters which decide the capacity of the channel or signal which you can transmit. Now, optical fiber has very large bandwidth, and to just give you an idea, the optical fiber has about, if you access it properly, it has a bandwidth of almost like 10 to the power 11, 10 to the power 12 hertz. Now, this is like you are having 1000 gigahertz kind of transmission, which you can have by using optical fiber. At the same time, the optical fiber is probably one of the lowest loss medium which you can imagine, right? And that frequency band. So this combination with the optical fiber offered, that it has a very large bandwidth and it has a very, very low loss, which gives you high signal to noise ratio. That made the most promising medium for communication. That's what optical fiber came. However, you may wonder that this medium which was made available to you in mid 60s, why it took so long to really make full utilization of that medium. And what do I mean by that is that the bandwidth which the optical fiber offers, which is like 1000 gigahertz or something like that, this is the bandwidth which is what is called a low loss bandwidth of optical fiber. I would distinguish here between the low loss bandwidth and the electrical bandwidth. Electrical bandwidth is the bandwidth with which you can access the channel, right? Like data can be transmitted. Low loss bandwidth is something over which the loss is low. So if you go by that constraint, the free space has always been zero loss. So that was the infinite bandwidth thing. But still you cannot access it with that kind of bandwidth. So what optical fiber bandwidth which was available, which was 1000 gigahertz, something like that, that could be accessed with different electronic modulation techniques and various multiplexing techniques like WDM techniques and FDM techniques and so on and so on. And then by the time we reach to about 90s, the significant amount of bandwidth of the optical fiber could be accessed in electrical domain, right? And data could be transmitted of tens of gigabits per second of data could be transmitted by using optical fiber. But at that time, the applications or the data which was to be transmitted by a single user not really very large. People were still talking about transmission of TV channels or the TV channel reaching signal to homes and so on and so on. So aggregation of this channel, which were coming from different sources, which were of the order of about few tens of megabits per second, together aggregated data could really create a thick pipe, what we call in communication, which would require a bandwidth with the optical fiber support. What that means is that the capacity of optical fiber was not really required at the individual level, at the access level. And that's the reason the optical fiber essentially was established as a backbone network, because that's where this kind of bandwidth was required. The access network, the bandwidth was not really required. However, what has happened with the advent of 5G, and 5G is coming now, and what 5G is? 5G is actually a broadband transmission, which is with a large bandwidth, so the extended version of 4G, but it is also what is called the IoT. And smart city actually is a subset of IoT. So when we are talking about IoT, it is not only the communication between the humans and machines. Now it is the communication between machine to machine. And that's what actually the IoT technology is. That without intervention of human beings, now the machines themselves can talk to each other. They can collect the data, they can sense the data, they can process the data, they can take decisions, and they can really operate the things. That's what actually the smart operations are. So what smart operation essentially requires is a very large data handling, transportation of data, exchange of data, processing of data, right, and so on and so on. So when I look at now with the 5G implementation, you will see that now the data which the 5G is going to generate from single user, or what we call a single hotspot or single access point, that now is going to have hundreds of megabits of data. And that accessing or making that accessibility, even at the user level, at the last mile end also, now you require a large bandwidth. So in other words, what has happened is what was the backbone earlier, the backbone has now come very close to you. The backbone actually has come to your doorstep. So the kind of bandwidth which you required in the backbone, now you require those bandwidth actually on the access point. Right? So if you take 5G and if you are going to go to the millimeter wave band, you will see that for handling this millimeter wave data transportation, right, you will require, and in millimeter wave, when I go to 5G, the distance from the hotspot will not be more than about 100 meters. Right? It would be even less than that, because for high frequency, the losses are very, very large. What that means is that whatever access we got through the wireless network, through the millimeter, very quickly I have to transport that onto some wired medium. And there is no other medium other than optical fiber which can transport that kind of data. So you will see that the IoT 1 and 5G, when they will be implemented, the fiber has to be available almost next to the access point, so that the large bandwidth data can be transported on the optical fiber. And that's what actually is the challenge of technology, and technology is moving towards that. Second thing which is going to happen is what COVID has shown, that one of the biggest user of this broadband technology would be the education sector. Because if you are going to post-COVID, if the classes are going to run online, if many of the programs are going to run online, then you require really a very high quality transfer of data. You also require the very, very low latency into this, right? And you require internet and virtual reality and many of the operations, right, which require very large bandwidth. So if you put all together, you will see that the access with a very large bandwidth will be required in most of the applications which are going to be there in very, very near future, right? Once the 5G start getting implemented. So smart city will become a subset of it. But in the larger scale, you will see there are many more applications which will require this kind of large bandwidth. So the you take GPON, and gigabit GPON, or many other technologies which the optical fiber is providing, they will really become now not the backbone but even the front bone, right, for the technology which we are looking for and the performance we are looking for. So I hope many of these issues will be discussed in this FDP, and the faculty will get aware about where the technology is moving, right, in the years to come, and that knowledge will be imparted to the students, and then you will get tomorrow's engineers, right, who will know up-to-date technology. So my best wishes to everyone for this FDP, and I hope you get really enriched. As a topic, you got great experts to tell you what is happening in the field of optical fibers, like Anand Srivastava and many others. So my best wishes to everyone, and wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, very much for accepting our invitation as chief guest and sharing your valuable time and knowledge. So now, on the behalf of IIIT Kota, I again express my gratitude to all the dignitaries, Professor Sevgonkar sir, Sri Chandrasekhar Sharma ji, our coordinator sir, all the participants, staff and my faculty colleagues. And my special thanks to all the experts for accepting our invitation to deliver the talk and for sharing their valuable time. So now I request all the dignitaries, experts and participants, my faculty colleagues, to join the common inaugural function of 46 online FDPs that will be started at 11 a.m. And there is a speech by Honorable Union Minister of Education, Sri Ramesh Pokhriyal ji, at 11 a.m. And the link is already shared to all the dignitaries, experts, and participants. And just after finishing the common inaugural function, all the participants are requested to join the first technical session. So that will be approximately at 12, or it will be at 12:15 p.m. So thank you all.
Thank you.